It was Thanksgiving weekend, 1973, just 8 months after Wanda Walkowicz was found dead. This time, another girl with double initials was murdered in the same way.
The autopsy revealed that the girl was strangled and death was caused by asphyxiation.
11-year-old Michelle Maenza had also been raped. She lived here on Webster Crescent in the city of Rochester with her mother. She went to school number 33 on nearby Webster Avenue.
It was her first day to be allowed to walk home by herself.
Wayne County Sheriff's Detective Sergeant Kevin Kuntz says on November 26, 1973, Michelle's classmates spotted her after school. She was on Webster Avenue and Ackerman Street near the North Goodman Street shopping plaza.
Her mother had lost her purse there a couple days prior, and Michelle was planning on looking for her mom's purse.
But she wouldn't make it there.
Well, she's a very sensitive girl, and she likes to look for her friends.
News 10 NBC interviewed Michelle's father, Christopher Maenza, after she disappeared. He said there was no indication of anything wrong.
No, nothing. Not a thing. But she wouldn't run away from home anyway.
Detectives later found a witness who saw Michelle sitting in the front seat of a car at the same intersection her classmates had seen her.
And the car was traveling at a high rate of speed, and Michelle appeared to be crying.
That was around 3:30 p.m. There would be 2 more sightings of Michelle that day. First, around 4:30 p.m., a girl who looked like Michelle was seen sitting in a car at Carol's Restaurant, a burger joint in Panorama Plaza in Penfield.
The suspect, a man with dirty hands, returned to the car carrying a bag and a cup.
Then at 5:30 p.m., another sighting, this time on Route 350 in Walworth.
He described the individual as holding the girl by the wrist, and again, as well as the trunk being open.
The suspect and vehicle description were exactly the same.
Do you believe that was Michelle?
I believe so.
2 days later, Michelle was found dead less than a mile away. The Walworth volunteer fire chief at the time discovered her body in a ditch on Eddy Road in Macedon.
This is a view of where Michelle Maenza's body was located on November 28th.
Wayne County Sheriff's investigators showed News 10 NBC pictures that have never been shared before. This was the coat Michelle was wearing when she went missing.
The coat was actually found 7/10 of a mile to the west on the same road, Eddy Road. These are the boots that Michelle was wearing. They were able to determine ligature, strangulation.
And
the autopsy revealed that there was a hamburger and onions in Michelle's stomach.
detectives also recovered key evidence, semen from Michelle's body and her underwear.
Our chemist in our lab is going to check over the information that's been taken from the body.
There is some DNA present, just the technology at this point isn't enough to extract a profile.
Provided information.
But this time, police got a good description of the suspect from those 2 witnesses. Here's the composite released to the media.
I feel that there's no question that somebody knows this man. He was seen on two different occasions in the area where we're looking.
He was described as a white man between 25 to 35 years old, about 6 feet tall, 165 pounds. He was driving a beige or tan-colored car.
I see. Wellman.
A hotline was set up for tips in the case. Hundreds of calls came in, but no arrest was ever made. The big question for police.
Are you convinced that it was the same man who killed Carmen Colon and Wanda Walkowicz?
I'm not convinced, but I strongly suspect that we're looking for the same person.
Nearly 50 years later, Detective Sergeant Kuntz agrees.
I definitely feel that there's a good chance that all 3 cases are connected.
Do you think this person is still out there?
I have the feeling that they are.
Anyone with information on the murder of Michelle Maenza is asked to call or email the Wayne County Sheriff's Office. We have that information on the screen and online at WHEC.com. Coming up next week, the similarities and differences between these double initial murders. Were they all the work of one killer? You might be surprised what investigators told me. Nikki Rudd, News 10 NBC.